Hello, this is Rajeshwari from Soul Tuning. This is day 17 of my 90-day transformation in the raw. And I'm very inspired today to talk about taking charge of your life. I had a situation yesterday where I was doing really good and was kind of hungry, right, for dinner, but I wasn't that hungry. And I let my autopilot, I don't know what happened. I kicked into autopilot. I let my autopilot make the decisions for me. And my autopilot, I'm realizing, is programmed for the old me, right? And I'm trying to work towards stepping into some new changes in my life. And when I let my autopilot take charge, autopilot made a very heavy meal. And it's interesting because I'm not that hungry. I really, really want to be lighter. I was talking about that yesterday. I want to feel lighter. My digestive system is telling me it needs a break, and I'm eating spaghetti. So what's wrong here? And I did it, and I just went with the motion of it, of eating it and everything, and it was clear to me. I'm like, okay, I need to take charge, right? The plane is clearly crashing. I've got my autopilot doing the flying for me, and I've got to take charge of this flight, this new flight that I'm on, and not only take charge and be the leader, but reprogram my autopilot so that when I do feel like just not thinking much and going with the flow, that the flow is still going to benefit me in the long run. And there's nothing wrong with spaghetti, to each their own with that, but it's not what I needed yesterday, and it's not benefiting me, and I could feel it's just adding to the heaviness that I'm feeling in my body. My spirit and my energy is saying that it wants lighter, and it wants to feel lighter, and as a butterfly, like that. I want to be able to just fly around lightly through life and have that energy, that consistent energy, to be able to be present and address anything that comes into my present moment. So, and around this taking charge of your life, I'm a big believer that there's outside forces, right? God or spirit or creator, whatever you want to call it, or just energy. And I believe that there is a force that is there to help you. I don't believe that the force decides everything for you. I believe that we have control over that part, and we just tell the universe or God, like, okay, I want to focus on this, I'm going to work on this, get inspired, getting tuned in with that, and then those forces are there to support you in your, however you want to call it. I want to say good or bad choices, whatever. There's really no such thing as good or bad. It's just choices. And so it's so important to stay in that space of you are making these choices in your life, so that when you're there for the outcome, the circumstances, the consequences of your choices, that you still have that mind frame that you made this choice. This is the full cause and effect. This is the full cycle of that choice. And I'm practicing that more and more and more, and realizing I am in control to an extent, right? I'm in control to make those small, subtle, moment by moment choices, and then I'm working with a lot of different possibilities. There's a lot of forces that are working with me, and then I have to stay flexible. But then again, I get to, in that situation, right? You make the choice, you see what the outcome is, you get to make another choice, so on and so forth, like learning to walk one step in front of the other. That way, you're never losing your power, and you're learning. You're learning from the choices that you make if you're able to stay within the mind frame that you made this choice. And now this is the outcome of it. And so that really came on strong for me this morning, especially this last night, because I let, like I said, let my autopilot do the choice making, and I just felt so heavy this morning, and I didn't complete certain things where I would have had I taken charge and made different decisions. And no big deal, right? No need to be hard on self or anything like that, but just watching it and seeing the full picture, the full scope of it. And now I get to make some different choices. And I realize that my autopilot needs some reprogramming. It's like, okay, time to go back to school, autopilot. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. I've been on the other side of it. Last night I was on the other side of it, and I've been in it in my life where I was the victim, right? And yelling to the universe, why me? Why are you doing this to me? And or even, why am I doing this to myself? Being a victim towards myself, feeling like I was stuck and that I couldn't do anything different, which is not true whatsoever. And I just realized it reminded me of that space that I was in more often in the past, still working with it, and how much energy is drained when you're not taking your power back, when you're giving your power away to something or someone or whatever outside of yourself, and you're just in this downward spiral spinning around it. You're losing that right there. If you're feeling exhausted or tired, you're losing energy from that. And whether you make good choices or not, just stepping into it, and you don't have to have it figured out to make a different choice, because chances are you don't know what you're doing, right? If you're trying to do something different, if you're trying to move forward in a new way, chances are you don't know, right? You can't know where you've never been. So of course it's a leap of faith. So you don't have to have it all figured out. You just deciding within yourself to get your power back and make a choice and say, we'll see what happens, but by golly, I'm going to do something, is much more energizing and revitalizing to you and your entire life than the opposite. So wanted to share that in a nutshell and what I was experiencing. I'm looking forward to lighter foods today and for the rest of the week, and just seeing how that goes. But I wanted to share all that with you, and thanks for watching. If you have experiences with this, if you've seen some insight that I'm not seeing, I'd love to hear about it. I would love to talk with you about it. That would be great. So leave your comments below on Facebook or YouTube. That would be great. And subscribe to YouTube if you want to stay in touch with future videos. Much love to you. Until next time, have a great day.